Yo, yo, what up? It's your boy, I Sleep Too Late, and you know what time it is. It's time for MTGO Vintage. We are in a league right now. We are, I think, 2-1. So we're not doing too bad, and we are going second here. I think I'm going to keep this. Hopefully our opponent doesn't do anything crazy. They could very well be on Dredge. Alright, they're not on Dredge. They're also not on Luris. So let's see what happens here. I'd be interested to see what their plano is. Oh, they're probably an Oath. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense. They're definitely an Oath player. Let's mock Sapphire here. We'll go... We're going to save the March for, like, the Oath, I guess. And I don't think Clarion does much against them. Other than, like, Moxen, I guess. But, like, I think Archon is going to be way more important. So against an Oath player, you're going to want Archon just as a way to, like, put some pressure on them and make their lands enter tapped. This is going to slow them down a little bit. Oh, sorry. I need to adjust this. Just, yeah. So it can't be countered. They probably have Force of Will, I'm thinking. So we have to be mindful of that. We can... Honestly, we can March and just, like, pay the mana for March. But I kind of want to hold off on casting the Clarion if we want to use March mana. Because March needs at least one white mana, and our white mana is literally Chromox. So, and they don't have any, like, it's not like they're playing anything right now that's threatening. So, the one thing that they could do is, like, cast an Oko, which would make Clarion good. Alright, well, I like Wasteland. I think that we should Wasteland the Underground Sea. Yeah. Well, let's Wasteland the Tropical Island, because that gets them the Oath. That gives them Oath mana. And I'm fine just attacking here. Do I want to cast the Clarion? It hurts me a lot more than it hurts them, and then I won't be able to cast the March. No, let's just continue. Let's just pass the turn here. I don't think they're gonna play it like a forest and then go Oath. Alright, well, Mox Jet is their card for turn. They were gonna have black mana anyway with the Underground Sea. So I'm glad I got rid of the Tropical Island. Now they can't cast anything. Ooh, they actually did have a green source. So I think now would probably be... Ooh, let's see. Okay, so I think we have to go... Alright, well, we can go Seasoned Dungeoneer here. And then we can go, like... Well, let's see. We can't get... Yeah, so we can't get, like, we can't just play a Plains right now. But what we can do is play the Plains next turn, and then we can cast, like, everything. I think we can cast everything, right? Because we'll go March off of Plains Ancient Tomb, and then Conquer off of the Moxen and the Cavern, I guess. So I think we've got a good plan here. Plus we have the initiative, too. Can't forget about that. This just puts a lot of pressure on them, and honestly, I would have Force of Will the Seasoned Dungeoneer if they could. Because I'm guessing they had Force of Will, and they were thinking maybe I shouldn't counter this. But I think in hindsight, it makes sense to counter the Seasoned Dungeoneer because it gets me a Plains. But I don't know what their hand is. They could have other stuff too. But I'm totally fine with this game plan right now. Alright. Let's see what they got here. Is this an Oath? Alright, we got Oath of Druids. Let's see if we can get rid of that thing. We're going to Forge on the Archon. Alright, so it doesn't make any sense for us to oath. It doesn't make any sense for us to march right now. Because I just realized something. I was wrong about what I said a turn ago. Because we can only cast one spell a turn, right? So if we can only cast one spell a turn, that means we have to cast one spell a turn. I am going to attack. Apply some pressure here. Let's see what they've got. They might have a response. They might have something here. No? Okay. I mean, we do just win very fast if we get this off. We're gonna put this in the graveyard. We don't need a Mox. And we have two 4/4s. 4/5, sorry. This wins in 2 turns, I think. We'll just show the planes because they already know we have it. And then we'll just cast this, I guess, on the oath. Let's see if they have a counter spell for it. If anything, they might have a Spell Pierce, which we play around. But they probably have a Force. Oh, Vampiric Tutor, sure. Okay, so they're going to Vampiric Tutor for like another oath, probably. But keep in mind they can't do anything else after this. So maybe they had a Force of Will and they forgot about Archon or something. I don't know. But this means we probably win next turn. Unless they're tutoring for like exactly interaction for Archon. They lose 2 life here. They go to 6. We get rid of their oath. And unfortunately we can't cast the Clarion because of the Archon. But we have the advantage here. Yep, we win. I'm guessing they had a Force of Will in hand, so I'm going to just go ahead and bring in Voidmere. No. I think going too hard on this would be wrong, because they're like the exact type of deck that doesn't really care to. If there's a deck that doesn't focus too much on Moxen, it would be this deck, right? What I do think we need to do is bring in the Contained Priest. I don't even think we need Source of Plowshares, although we could certainly try that. Certainly I think we can get rid of Vexing Bauble and Chalice. Or actually, though, let's bring in Vexing Bauble. I think that's probably better than a Void Mirror, honestly. And then we can cut the other Void Mirror. That puts us at 60. I like Anointed Peacekeeper, Archon. Clarion Conqueror isn't really that important unless we're trying to hurt like Okos. I can probably cut like 2 Clarion Conquerors for like 2 Swords to Plowshares. I don't want to go all out on the Swords of Plowshares either because, like, what are we really doing? We're swordsing like an Atraxa, right? And that's like, by the time they have an Atraxa, we're already losing. So do we even need the Swords in that case? Wouldn't you rather have Clarion that stops them from doing stuff? That stops them from casting the thing to begin with? I don't know. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Just try to win the game before they even get to Atraxa. Let's see how this does. I like I said, I'm a newbie when it comes to sideboarding. I try to at least have a little bit of logic behind my decisions. As long as you have a reason behind doing things, I think you're fine. But I don't claim to be an expert on sideboards. I also don't have sideboard guides, which a lot of people are big on. Some people, they even sell sideboard guides to people, like for Modern. That's actually one thing that I am not familiar with, except I don't play like tournaments 24/7 like some people do. I know that sideboard guides is a big deal. I don't think it's a very prevalent thing in Vintage, although I could be wrong about that. There could be some really real grinders on MTGO Vintage that have sideboard guides. But even on the Discord communities that I'm in, I don't see people talking about sideboard guides that often. So, alright, well, this hand is good. Yeah, it's good. I don't think they're on Wasteland. I don't know if Oath plays Wasteland, but this is exactly the type of hand we want to see. Even without the Moxen, we have a Containment Priest that just shuts them down. We've got the Chancellor, which is really good too. Shuts down like Moxen. Well, it doesn't really shut them down, but it slows them down. And hopefully, okay, good. They cast the Black Lotus and they lose it. That's exactly what we want to see. They actually could have kept it if they had played the land first. So them misplaying there is excellent. We will just name human here. Alright, and then we'll just pass. Let's see what they end up doing here. Alright, they got the Forbidden Orchard. Let's see if they got the Oath. I think they have it. I think they have Oath right now. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna end the turn, flash this in. Can't be countered. And let's see what they got here. Can't be countered, so we're looking really good. Cavernous Soul is doing so much work. We're gonna go. So I actually do prefer Archon here, but we are just gonna go Anointed Peacekeeper to get rid of the removal spells. Alright. So this is going to be like the double whammy, right? Containment Priest plus an Anointed Peacekeeper. Shuts them down. Okay, let's see. So Boseiju doesn't do anything. Force of Will also doesn't do much, honestly. I don't care about Force of Will, actually. I think, if anything, the Narset is probably what we care about. But even that, I don't really know. They've got 2 mana. Oh, they can cast the Narset next turn. Yeah, let's name Narset. Parter Veils. Alright, and we'll bring the beats down. Alright, so we got 4 cards. We know what they are. We're going to get to Archon next turn. And it can't be countered either. So Cavernous Souls is just like the greatest land in the universe. Like, straight up. I'm not gonna BS you here. FR. You know what FR stands for? For real. I see that all the time on YouTube comments, and it's like, yo, for real. Alright, let's see what they got here. Alright, they got 3 mana. Is this an Oko? Ah, the Oko is going to be a problem. If it's an Oko, we can just Clarion. Oh, we can't even Clarion because of the, Well, actually, what are they going to do with Oko? Don't we just attack into it and... Yeah, I was going to say, like, we can just attack the Oko. We have enough threats that we can just attack it, I think. Is this a... I don't know what they're playing here. Oh, is this a dig through time? Oh, they didn't have anything. So, there you go, folks. Mono Weight Initiative doing work against Oath of Druids. You love to see it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Peace out.